Hi guys, RJ here. I wanted to show you speed seduction in action and how to handle it when women, how I am handling it right now and how I've handled it in the past and will continue to handle it when women try to put me in the friend zone. So let me give you the background to this before I actually go through her message, and then in the next little video I'll show you my response and analyze that. Okay? So just to give you the background, this woman, we'll call her M. I had met her at a Mixer social event and we hit it off there, and then we hung out a few nights later. We went out to grab a bite to eat and then watched someone's music show. And I could feel into her that she was into me, but she was also kind of hesitant. She resisted any major lip sucking, just like maybe a little peck on the lips. But beyond that, she just wasn't there. And then we had some hits and misses hanging out. Finally, I came over to her place, brought her some food, gave her a very erotic massage with her clothes on. I could feel her heating up, but then when I went to kiss her, she was still resistant, and she said to me, "I'm still very guarded." I said, "I understand," and I left. So subsequent to that, a couple days later, I actually have this really cool seduction poem that's designed to open up women who are reluctant and have been burned in the past. The story with this woman, very briefly, is she's been involved in an on-again, off-again relationship with a guy who she's deeply in love with. She told me this when she first met me, but he's just not responsive emotionally. He'll go weeks without talking to her when he gets upset with her. So anyway, she sent me this email. We're going to go through her email line by line, and I'll show you what I think it means. And then in the subsequent video, what I'm going to do is show you my response. So let's just go through her email. And you'll see here, by the way, she calls me, let me see if we can make this a little bit bigger view. Format, font. We can make this a little bit bigger for you. I think, no? Okay. This should be, oh yes we can, like this. All right. Here we go. So the first thing she says, "Hi Paul." That's my name I go by, my real name. "Thank you for this, and thank you again for bringing dinner the other night. It was very kind. I was so relaxed the rest of the night." So this is just her polite introduction, saying thank you, thanks for taking care of me, etc. Now here's the part where she starts buttering me up. Whenever a woman starts out with this kind of stuff, "You are such a giving and loving soul. I am truly happy that I met you." Okay, well, that's very nice. See, my understanding of female psychology is even when they're, quote, rejecting you, they don't want you to feel bad. An odd thing about women, this doesn't make sense to us guys, women want you to like them even if they don't like you. Even when women are rejecting you, they still want you to like them. This is the crazy thing. And I think in some sense she also means it. She does see me as a giving and loving soul. "I'm truly happy that I met you. Now, here comes the get ready. I'm going to stick the knife in your balls. I do want to make sure, however, you know where I am." Now, if where she was is "get over here and fuck me senseless," she wouldn't have to preface this. So this is what I call the look out, the punch in your balls is coming. She'll say something like, "However, there is something I want to tell you, but I do need to tell you something." This is her way of saying get ready. Now watch this. Watch this language. At this point in my time and in my life, I'm truly only looking for friendship. Now notice how she uses this word truly. Remember I've told you guys to use that word truly. You know, if you're not with someone who you truly, if you're not with someone who's truly with you in the way you truly want them to be, if you're not with someone who's in the way you truly want them to be, it implies a very deep level that cannot be changed. At this point in time and in my life, I'm truly only looking for friendship. Now let's analyze this. At this point in time and in my life, I'm only truly looking for friendship. I think this is very interesting, the word looking for friendship. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means on a conscious level, I think on a conscious level, she really believes there's only some things she's ready for. So her surface level response is, "I only want friendship." Now watch this. "I have no desire for love or anything sexual." Now notice how vague she's being. Is she saying she has no desire for love or anything sexual with me? She didn't say that. She never says, "I have no desire for love or anything sexual with you." She doesn't say that. She leaves it vague. Does this mean she doesn't have desire for love or anything sexual with me? with any male, with any female. She leaves it vague. She leaves it vague because she just can't bring herself to be mean enough or direct enough to say, with you. My relationship that is still up and down made me realize, look at this fake cause and effect. The relationship made her realize. This is what I call misplaced or fake cause and effect. Somehow the relationship made her realize she's not taking ownership for her thinking. Somehow some event or some other person made her think a certain way. And you're going to see in my response how I turn that around and use it. That I need to focus on me and the changes I want to make at this point. Well, this is very interesting. She says, I need to focus on me. I'm sure you guys have heard this bullshit language before. What does that mean? Do you notice how vague that is? Again, she's not being specific. And not only is she not being specific with me, I don't think she even understands herself what that means. I need to focus on me. What does that mean? She needs to get a vibrator and masturbate herself until she screams and rubs peanut butter all over her huge, and they are huge, titties? What does that mean? I need to focus on me. Well, how is getting sexual pleasure not focusing on her? Anyway, everything is moving fast and forward, and I'm stoked. I don't know what she means by that. Does that mean she feels things are moving fast and forward with her and I? I don't think so. We haven't even really made out. But I just want to ensure you know where I stand from a feelings perspective. I want to ensure you know where I stand from a feelings perspective. Actually, that's sort of a lie. It's not that she wants to ensure I know where she stands. She wants me to agree with it. She's setting a set of conditions for me, essentially saying, I don't want you to show up and even have sexual feelings around me, much less try to act on them. As well as knowing his friendship is all this can be for me. Very, very interesting. On the one hand, she's thinking that I'm a great person, but friendship is all that this can be, meaning it's not really something of great value. Now here, look at how she turns around and says, I'm guarded, but not against love. Yet on the other hand, she says up here, I have no desire for love or anything sexual. Do you see her confusion? On the one hand, she's saying, I'm guarded but not against love. On the other hand, she says, I have no desire for love or anything sexual. I think my read on this is a surface response from her. She's confused. I think she genuinely is confused. And when people are confused, what do? Do they think things through in a clear and new way and open up to new possibilities? No. What people do is they fall back in the autopilot response. And the autopilot response is, I just want to be friends, you know. But in reality, I know what her body felt. When she was leaning against me and I was massaging her breasts and her mound, she was moaning with desire. I could feel her melting. I could smell the wetness on her. So her mind, her rational mind is saying, I'm only ready for this. But her body responses were incredibly sexual. So what we have here is like an inner civil war going on. And she figures the best way to resolve it is to put chains around me, to tell me that I can show up essentially as a girlfriend with a penis. You understand? Then she says, it's easier for me to write my feelings, so I hope you don't take offense to my honesty through written word. Well, it's easier for her to write her feelings because she was afraid of my response. What I read between the lines here is she was afraid of my response. Let me know your thoughts, okay? I just made a promise to myself that I always be open about how I feel and never lie. I think that's great, but I don't think she can live up to it. I think she's lying to herself. I don't actually think she's as clear as she thinks she is. I hope you're having a great week. So that's the first part of this. I will now show you my response momentarily.